All right. Hi there. So my name is Anton, and today we're going to work on some conversational English. So we're going to be using a little website called Ingu for our material today. And it is, let me just open this here for us. It is free to use, so you can go there in your own time, and they've got a lot of material on there. Um, Yeah, they have many articles, and the articles have got different levels. So you can see there it says like advanced, we've got intermediate, and I think it also has different levels within. So you can see advanced 7, advanced 8, intermediate 6. So you can see whatever level you feel you're comfortable with, you can go there and read through it and yeah, improve your English that way. So today we're just going to have a look here. Let's try this. Lawyers in Japan warn police over racial profiling. Ooh, sensitive topic. All right, so what we're going to do, we have some vocabulary over here. I'll read through it. If at any time you want to practice your pronunciation as well, just hit pause and you can pronounce it as well. Maybe after each word and the definition, hit pause, try and read it as well. Try and read it out loud so you can focus on your pronunciation. All right, don't just listen, you have to speak. You have to speak. All right, so first one we've got racial profiling. So that is the act of suspecting that someone has committed a crime based on the color of their skin or their race rather than evidence. Yeah, that is a bit of a problem today, actually. So here's an example of it in a sentence. The survey suggests that most African American males believe they have been victims of racial profiling. All right. Then the next one, we've got guideline. So that is a rule, instruction, etc. about how something should be done. The WHO guidelines say that adults should get at least 150 minutes of moderate intensity exercise per week. All right, so that is a guideline. Next one, discrimination. So that is the practice of treating a person or group unfairly because of their race, religion, gender, etc. And an example again, many women experience workplace discrimination and are often paid less than their male colleagues. That's debatable. But yeah. Next one we've got the root. So that is the basis, starting point, ancestry, etc. of someone or something. And then tennis star Naomi Osaka has often spoken about how proud she is of her Asian and Japanese roots. Next word we have examine, to check or consider something in detail. She examined some cells under the microscope. Next one, embassy, a place where a group of officials represent their country abroad. If your passport has been lost or stolen, please contact the nearest embassy for advice. All right. So again, if you want a bit more explanation, maybe just type in Google as well. You can just type, for example, guideline, meaning, and it'll give you more definitions, maybe some more examples. All righty. So let's move on then to our article. So again, I'm going to read it. I'll try and read it just at a regular kind of pace. At the end, you can maybe, I'll read one of these, like a little paragraph or a little sentence. You can hit pause, try and read it after again out loud. You have to go out loud so you can work on the pronunciation. And then just hit pause and read it after I finished. Continue to the next line. Listen to me reading it and then try and read it yourself. If you're not sure about the pronunciation of a certain word, just rewind, skip back 10 seconds and listen again, read it again. All right. So, lawyers in Japan warn police over racial profiling. A group of lawyers in Tokyo has asked for guidelines to be introduced to prevent racial discrimination by Japanese police. In early 2022, the Tokyo Bar Association asked almost 2,100 people in Japan with foreign roots, including some Japanese citizens, about their experience of being questioned by police. More than 60% of the people surveyed said they had been questioned by police during the previous 5 years. According to the results, which were published in September 22, 77% of those questioned said they believe they had not been doing anything that would give the police a reason to talk to them. The Asahi Shimbun reported that Mo Miyashita, a lawyer from the Tokyo Bar Association, told journalists it is necessary to create guidelines for police checks to prevent discrimination and a system that allows police questioning to be examined later. People with Latin American, African, and Middle Eastern roots were most likely to have been questioned. One person said they were afraid of the police and believed they had been a victim of racial profiling, that they were questioned just because they looked foreign. Another said that while they understand the police are doing their jobs, they didn't think it was fair to be questioned like a criminal in front of large groups of people on the street or in the airport. In December 2021, Japanese police were told by the country's national police agency to avoid questioning people in a way that could be seen as discriminatory, according to Kyodo News. This was after the US Embassy in Japan reported that foreigners in the country had been questioned by police in possible racial profiling incidents. The government said at the time that police do not question people based on their roots. All right. So, interesting. Well, next up we have, again, some discussion questions here. Read the question. I'll answer the question on how I feel about it. Obviously, this is a discussion and cannot really have an actual discussion, but I can say what I think. Again, you can hit pause and try and practice in English. What would you say? How would you answer this question? All right. So the first one, what are your thoughts on the possible racial profiling incidents in Japan? So this is maybe a sensitive topic for some people. I don't know. I'm not really the type of person that would feel I'm being racially profiled if the police stop me for something. Maybe they're looking for a specific person or they're looking for somebody. And if I match the description, if they're looking for, there was a white, bald male that robbed the store. So if they stop me and ask me questions, yeah, well, I fit the description, so I should be stopped and asked. But again, I understand that some people are more sensitive, and in some countries, I haven't been everywhere, but apparently police would stop people and question them a lot. I don't know. I've never had the experience, but again, white people haven't been known to be racially profiled, so I'll have a different experience than other people. So that's just my experience. All right. So what do you say? What do you think? Number 2, what groups would you say often experience discrimination in your country? Well, to be honest with you guys, at the moment I live in Thailand, and again, sometimes they'll have roadblocks, and if they stop all the cars and they look at the driver. Many times they stop me and they look at me, see I'm a foreigner, and they just tell me to drive on. And I've seen sometimes they pull vehicles over with, like a pickup, and they would be, people sitting in the back that might come from across the border, like maybe like Laos or Myanmar. Um, so I think those kind of people may be profiled in a way. Again, I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure. I don't know what is going on with that. Number three, would you say that most people in your country generally trust the police? I don't know. I'm in Thailand. I don't know. I trust the police. I know, again, but again, that's what people say. It's like, oh, they're always saying pe the cops are looking for bribes, the cops want, these kind of things. But I've never had an experience like that, and I've always trusted the police, no matter what country I'm in. So I used to live in China before. I trusted the police there. I live in my country. I'm from South Africa. Trust the police there. Sometimes they're a bit lazy over there, but still trust them. I mean, it's the police. But that's again just me. I don't know. Have you had any negative experiences with police? Again, I haven't. I've never had a negative experience with police. Um, no. Would you rather be a lawyer or a police officer? Why? Phew, probably a lawyer. When I was, no, I think that was before I was born. My dad, he used to be a police officer and he got shot once. And after he got shot, I think he quit back then. And he always told us, not allowed to be a police officer. It's too dangerous. So yeah, I'd probably be a lawyer, and I think lawyers get paid more as well. So yeah. Further discussion. Do you come across many foreigners in your day-to-day life? Again, I live in Thailand, so and I at the moment I live in Phuket. I live kind of on not in the very touristy areas, so I don't actually see a lot of foreigners in my day-to-day life. Um, no, to be honest, I don't. Yeah, I don't. Next one. What do you think makes foreigners want to live in your country? Hmm. So again, I live in Thailand, not technically my country, but yeah, I'm probably going to live here for a long time, seeing as my wife is Thai. And I think what makes a lot of foreigners come here, great weather. It's always very nice. The cost of living is very low. The food is delicious. People generally are very friendly. Um, there's a lot of positives to Thailand. Um, yeah, it's a great country. As a foreigner, I'm a foreigner in the country, so that's my answer from being a foreigner. Number three, what aspects of life in your country do you imagine foreigners find most difficult to get used to? Again, I'm talking as me as a foreigner in another country, in Thailand. Um, for me, probably the most difficult thing is just language. Yeah, language, and also not just the language, because they have their own alphabet, and all the characters look so similar. Um, so that is difficult. Unless my wife is with me, then it's quite easy because she can just speak Thai, read Thai, do everything that I need to be done. But if I'm out there on my own, the language is the most difficult thing. Number four, what advice would you give to someone planning to move to your country? Again, if you can't plan on moving to Thailand, just, I don't know, just come and have fun and enjoy it. Don't be an ass. Don't be, yeah, just be friendly to the people, respect the culture. I think whenever you go to another country, you're supposed to, I wouldn't say necessarily adapt to their culture, but you have to respect their culture because you're in their home. So, if somebody comes to my house, they need to respect my customs. Like I don't smoke, so I expect other people not to smoke in my house. And they do certain things and they don't do certain things in the country. So you need to respect these things. Even if you don't agree with it, respect it. All right, number 5. Discrimination is not done by villains, it's done by us. Vivian Ming. Would you say that racial discrimination occurs more often than most people think? This is again, it's a tricky one. From my experience, no, but other people have different experiences, so maybe. But what I also think is a lot of times people people have this preconceived idea of what's happening. So if somebody speaks to you in a certain way because of your background and where you come from in your life, maybe sometimes you would take it differently from what the other person meant. So if you were raised and your parents always told you like, oh, they're always racial profiling us or they're always doing this to us, then whenever somebody speaks to you or acts to you in a certain way, you would, even if that person doesn't mean it like that, you would be like, they're doing that again, you know? So I think a lot of times that's the case. It's not that somebody's being racially profiled. They've been brought up and they were told that this is the situation and they see the world as such. So I think that happens a lot. But again, I might be wrong. You know, this is a bit of a sensitive topic. I shouldn't have picked this one for, yeah, for being sensitive. All right. Well, that is everything here. So let me just stop the sharing. All right. So yeah, that's it. That's it. I hope you read through it. Again, you can, like I say, practice reading and, just practice, go over things. If if you have somebody to speak English to, do it. It's great. If you don't, reading out loud is very good because you practice pronouncing the words, your tongue, when you speak your language, your tongue makes sounds slightly different. So you have to adapt to making the English sounds. And the more you do it, the more natural it will become. So just, practice doing that. And then also a good thing from reading is it's almost like in the way that little kids learn their native language. You hear it so many times that eventually you'll be like, it just sounds right. You don't know what the rules are, but it's like, no, that sounds better saying it in this way. So again, the more you expose yourself to the language, the better it'll be. Just keep it up, keep working at it, and then I'll see you guys next time. All right. Okay.